Hello, everyone. My name is Alexis Heater, and this is my presentation on professional identity, ethics, and lifelong learning in education. Values that guide my practice. My core values are respect, compassion, integrity, fairness, patience, and accountability. How these values influence my teaching abilities. I can build strong and trusting relationships with students and families, as those are very important. I can model respectful communication for my students, colleagues, and families. I can create fair and equal learning opportunities for each of my students, and I can support students through learning challenges. Connection to professional dispositions, respect for the diversity of others, professional conduct, and fairness. Understanding personal biases. I understand that everyone has had different experiences that have created the biases that they currently have. I believe that reflection on these biases and having those difficult conversations is very important in order to ensure that there is equality in education with our students and with our colleagues and with our families. We need to have those tough conversations in order to learn more and gain different perspectives that we might have not had before. Potential effects on student learning. Student engagement can be increased by positive relationships. Equity and inclusion can be promoted by bias awareness, and students feel recognized and respected at their schools. Strategies to address bias include continued learning and self reflection, as well as listening to different perspectives that can help shape your perspective and your experiences as well. Understanding professional responsibilities. There are many different important responsibilities when being an educator, and those include following the policies of the school, keeping confidentiality for students, student safety and well being, and knowing student rights and understanding special education is very important so that you are serving these students on a student first basis and doing all that you can to give them the instruction and lessons that they need. Why it matters is because students deserve a safe and equitable learning environment. They deserve to have the same opportunities that every other student has. Protecting families through professional knowledge. So being able to be confidential and keep things private, that are family information, that is student information, that is colleague information. Being able to keep that confidentiality is very important. And lastly, ethical decision making builds trust and dependability. When our students and our colleagues and our families know what is coming from us, they know our decisions are ethical, they trust us more, and they depend on us because they know what is coming and there's not going to be any surprises. Goals for my growth as an educator. I have three different goals for my growth as an educator. The first goal is to strengthen my classroom management strategies. I want to help them support student behavior and engagement to the best of my abilities. My second goal is to create differentiated instruction and learn more about it to support student growth. I want to make sure that every one of my students is getting the instruction that they deserve and that they can learn best by, that can help them succeed the most. And my last goal is to improve communication skills with families, colleagues, and students. I want students to succeed in every way that they can. And that collaboration, that communication with families and colleagues will give me new perspectives and will create more of a team to support my students. How these goals support students, as I said, increase student success and engagement, more inclusive instruction, and definitely stronger school family partnerships will be great for the student. And lastly, I wanted to touch on my commitment to lifelong learning. I want to receive feedback and I want to reflect on that feedback. I also want to reflect on my everyday experience as an educator, things that went well, things that went not so well, and just reflecting on that, maybe having a journal for it, just to understand and gain different perspectives on each day as they come. Next, I want to stay informed and research new things to learn more. I want to do what I can to give these students the things that they need. Recently, I've been hearing that there's been more technology integration into school, and I believe that is amazing. And I want to learn more about different strategies, different things that we can do to help the learning of these students. So, definitely staying like researching and staying up to date on what is happening in education is very important. Then participating in professional developments. And lastly, adapting my instruction to meet the needs of my students, not just having the same instruction every year, but differentiating it based on the group of students that I have, even the individual students that I have. Why lifelong learning matters. Pretty much everything I just said before, but education continuously is evolving. Students benefit from teachers who reflect and differentiate the instruction, and teaching effectively can be taught more through professional development. Okay, thank you for listening. I hope you have a great rest of your day.